He's gonna do this pause thing. Chris, he does this sometimes.
Oh, no. Not today. Hello. Welcome on back to Just the BetSlips. The BetSlip boys are back. Very, very special day. It is Tuesday, May the 20th, and we are very excited. We've got Rob Parlay Guy. We've got our guy CJ on the ones and twos. We've got Kel Doggy Dog, but to my over here.
To my over here.
Yeah, to my over here, we have a very, very, very special guest. It is Chris, the host of the Back Yourself podcast. And thank you so much for joining us, man. Before we get into all of the fun on the Just the BetSlips podcast that is presented by Fans First Sports Network, I wanted to give you a chance to introduce yourself to the nation, and again, we're just very happy to have you. So, what is up, Chris of the Back Yourself podcast?
Very well, thank you, Pat. The Back Yourself podcast. As you can see, it's pretty light down here because it's early morning down in Australia. We are from Sydney, Australia, and we also bet on American sports as well. I think one of the reasons I have this sort of series is I have a daily series that goes through a life as a professional gambler. It's a lot of fun, ups and downs, we also have our podcast, which mainly deals with Australian sports more than anything else. So me and my partner, who is at work right now, couldn't join us today, go through every single game from our rugby league standpoint, which you guys would have seen, actually, because it was in Vegas recently, back in March. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
I was actually watching. So you did one for you went to I don't know what track it was at, but you were doing some horse racing racing the other day, right?
Yeah. So we do have a few tracks in the metropolitan area. I went to one in Randwick, which is just down the road from my house. So yeah, it was an interesting time. I like to delve into different things, but mainly our thing is either the American sports, NBA or NFL, which unfortunately is on break. I love waking up at 3 a.m. to watch Red Zone. It's always a great time. The NRL. So yeah, Red Zone's always a great delight waking up at 3 in the morning. But
shout out Scott Hansen, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Shout out Scott Hansen.
I love it, man. It is so good to have you on. Yeah, I was watching a couple of your videos. You guys do a great job, and especially with those. I don't know what track you were at, but I was watching one of where you were betting on every race. I think that was what it was.
Oh yeah, that was yesterday's one. Yeah. That was that didn't end up as well as
all the favorites.
But, pretty much. Yeah, but change up the content, change up what we do. So yeah.
Absolutely, I love it. Well, hey,
yeah.
Now you're here, Just the BetSlips, where you're going to show us your slips, my friend, and
yes.
we will get to it. We've got some bets to make. We've got some fun. Let's just go through the roster before we get to the thing that makes sure that we don't get sued. Over here now is Rob, the parlay guy. Rob, how we doing?
Good. I'm trying this 2 parlay thing today, so we'll see how that goes.
I know you requested your own tabletop potentially. So.
Yeah, it doesn't happen very often, but we're going to go for it.
It doesn't happen at all, except for me when I'm betting like 13, 14 games. Kel Dog, let's see. Everyone's favorite dog. What is up? How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good down here. I've been on a weird trend of either I'm going to go perfect or I'm going to go over or only one win. So we're going to try to go perfect today because I'm sick of doing that.
And hey, let's just have a good day. Let's just have a good day. And CJ, the PD King, I know you're busy on the ones and twos, but how are you doing? What is up?
I'm here. I got boned out of longest drive for the second time. For the second time yesterday, somebody used the advantage of being up a tee box to beat me in long drive. I hit a 330-yard drive and lost by 30 yards because someone hit it from 290 from 70 yards further up than me, and then had the, I'm going to say, gumption to flex that he long drived me. No, F yourself. You sat there and played the hole from 445. I played it from 515, and I was only 30 yards behind you. Normally, if we played the same tee box, there'd be a super Walmart between our golf balls. Whatever, it's fine. It's the second time it's happened to me now, and I'm starting to get fed up, and I'm going to start making a tee box something like I'm gonna make it so that it's something along those lines. But yeah, I'm
you seem very fine. So let's let's get to it. The thing that makes sure that we do not get in any trouble here on Just the BetSlips at Just the BetSlips, presented by Fan First Sports Network. We're blessed to be here with Chris from the Back Yourself podcast. Excuse me. It is the disclaimer. Yes, number one, we are not paid professional gamblers. Do not get paid to make these picks. This show is for fun and entertainment purposes only. We bring you the hot tips to help the BetSlips, but we do not get paid for those. Need to make sure that is clear right off the bat. Number two, please gamble responsibly and at your own risk. Do not gamble more than you can afford, and only bet what you can afford to lose. That is the best piece of advice I've ever been given as a gambler. Shout out to Mama Sherman in the chat. And gambling can be addictive. So please, if you or a loved one needs help with gambling addiction, please seek that help. And you can do so with 1-800-GAMBLER. It is a national help hotline that you can use. Call to get help that you need. We are not affiliated with or sponsored by any sportsbook, but we would love to be, just saying. So that is, gambling can be addictive, so please seek help if you need it. 1-800-GAMBLER. Please gamble responsibly and at your own risk. And we are not paid professional gamblers. And Chris, we have a saying on the show. I'm not sure if you've seen it, so you can hit us with it at the end of the show, but you can watch us do it right now. Here at Just the BetSlips, we bring you one thing and one thing only. We guarantee, and that is the hot tip to help
your
bet slips. That's the hot tips to help your bet slips. That's what we strive to do here at Just the BetSlips on X.com, the Everything app, all of the socials, and Fan First Sports Network. It is truly a pleasure to have you here, Chris. What before we get into the parlays and the picks and the green thing and all that, what is your main, or at least what has been your main bet? Like, what sport have you been mainly, especially I guess for American sports, that you've been really focused on so far this year?
Yeah, I mean the main thing in the playoffs has just been taking the points in many scenarios. But we have we had three, but two of them are gone now, and you can see why. Between OKC, Cavs, and Boston, the spreads have just been ridiculous every game. Even in game one, we're talking about in the conference final, we're seeing a spread of 7 or 8, like in some spots. Like, you don't get that in many series. And, in the playoffs, everything changes. Like, it's more about matchups than what we saw in the regular season. So I feel like, especially through the playoffs, we've been doing such a great job on just, regardless of how many underdogs happened in the past, just to keep backing the points because the spreads are too high. And I feel like they're slowly getting adjusted. Like, today is one of them. But we saw spreads against New York, like +10 for Boston. We saw spreads against Miami. They were like Cavs in Miami. That was like 14, which all of those hit, right? But still, in the playoffs, to have 14-point underdogs, it's not something you see. That's a regular season thing. So I feel like that's where we're doing so well.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree with you. To see, and me and Rob were on what was it the other day, the Nuggets game, which didn't end up. I don't think we. What was it, 8?
Yeah, it was 8.
Yeah, we were on it as well. Yeah.
Yeah, but it is one of those things. Like, even though you're gonna get the blowouts, but at the same time, it just sometimes seems like too many points, and especially like you said with the Celtics, I think that was might have been one of the weirdest series when it came to handicapping, and that we've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Celtics Knicks. I mean, the Knicks were underdogs the entire series, and I'm a Knicks fan, hand up. So like, I'm not trying to be like a homer when I say all this, but it's just like you have they were underdogs, I believe, every single game, and it got to a certain point where yes, they were down. I wish I was live betting. When they're down 20 in the game 1 and 2, they're down 15 or whatever it is, and the other but this is the playoffs that you just brought up. It's the playoffs. Like, it's different. It's a different. It's not regular season. Like, I've said it before. I don't know if you're a college. You're probably not. But if you are, great. College football guy, where you see those spreads, those crazy spreads. I know Rob. Cal, college football. You see those crazy numbers, and sometimes it's just too. You just have to take the points.
Yeah, essentially have to. And then it got to a point that, New York was the only game they were favorite, was 2-point favorites at home to a Boston side without Tatum. And it's like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Like, that might have been the easiest spread of the whole playoffs. Like, how can you put Knicks in a closeout game at home with that crazy crowd, only 2-point favorites? It was, they just couldn't get it right. And what's insane is that I still don't think a lot of these are right now. But everyone's just kind of like, well, they have to be right at some point. If you actually look at it, there hasn't been too many games that the opposition has covered and lost, so then the points actually become value. They all end up winning anyway. So it's like, well, they're just not getting it right. Not that they should make the other team favor. It's just like they don't know what to do. It's kind of up in the air with the games that are happening. And I'm not a college football guy, but I am an NFL guy. And whenever I like to see this big spreads, especially like week 1, you're just kind of like, well, you have to take the points. It doesn't make any sense. It's the first week. Why would they go and give up? But sometimes they just go there and that's it. They just don't play. So I know the college football ones are just nuts compared to the NFL ones. But yeah, same principle.
Absolutely. And I know we have, so what do we have on tap today? We have the underdog, we have the 750, and tabletop. Is that the 3 segments?
There might be a bonus segment in there.
Oh, all right.
The normally hosted by yours truly.
All right.
I might have thrown it in there because of our special guest and the fact that he has a couple bets out there that made perfect sense to do my segment today. So yes, that segment will be added. But we're starting with the cutest.
Yeah, let's get right into it. Why not?
And it is the underdog slip. That is right. Inspired by my late puppy up in the top left corner, but we got the corgi up in the top right. We got the dog with the ears, and then some random boy who wants to be what's his face from
Dog.
From
Sir, you need to relax. You know exactly.
It's Sir Kel Doggy Dog, everybody's favorite dog. He's here, and listen, we have an interesting slip. I thought it was only going to be Chris, but I found a bet that I did like for the underdog slip. So we've got T-Wolves plus 7.5 in the Royals money line. Chris, you're going to talk about this I mean, you were kind of just already talking about it, but why do you really like this T-Wolves line and the fact that it's already starting to move to further depths, quote unquote?
Love that.
Yeah, there's too many points at this point. I can see Timberwolves really losing this game by like 4. The situation for Oklahoma City is playing a Game 7, which they wouldn't have thought they would have to play Game 7 against the Denver side who was already banged up. But yes, they killed them in Game 7 versus a Timberwolves side who's played 2 5-game series. It's a very different scenario. Minnesota would have known from I think I would have been saying from your end Sunday from American time, but they would have known they're playing in OKC pretty early, so they could get there pretty quickly. And I don't think that's affected them. Timberwolves, the only time they've actually been awful is game 1 against Golden State, which is this exact situation. So I think they know in the back of their minds, one, we can't just give away game 1 simply because we're going to beat OKC 4-1 like they did to Golden State and got lucky that Steph Curry got injured. But I just think in this scenario, they've got a perfect spot to steal a game in an OKC case that I don't think they're going to be as great as everyone thinks they are. And we've already seen flaws in the playoffs with OKC. The fact they went to 7 with Denver is already one thing, showing the bookies like, all right, well, a 68-win team still went 7 games with a 50-win side. Okay, maybe they're not as good as they think they are. So I happily take the T-Wolves here, and I can see like on my bookie now, it's shortening to 6.5. So make sure you get on 7 as soon as possible.
Yeah, get on it as fast as you can. Love that, and we're gonna take a ride out west to well, it would be east really for you there, Chris. Well, I don't know what would be faster going. No, it's definitely east. But it is the Kansas City Royals at San Francisco today, and we're going to take the Royals and my high school alumnus Vinny Pasquantino to get the win today versus Hayden Birdsong. Yes, that's right. Vinny Pasquantino is a alumnus of James River High School here in Midlothian, Virginia. Shout out. Class of 2016, which means I graduated college and got my master's before he even started attending that school, but it's okay. It's all good. That's fine. The Pasquatch. And the reason why is because I actually think Vinny Pasquantino goes deep. That is a side bet out there for you, mainly because Hayden Birdsong struggles against lefties. Guess what Vinny is? He's a lefty, and I do not trust Hayden Birdsong on the hill. So give me the Royals money line tonight with this T-Wolves at whatever line you can get it at, as fast as you can get it. At plus 312 is what I have at what I have it as in Can Fuel, the sports book that I use here in Virginia. So yeah. Oh my goodness, why does my wife not like me? But yeah, that is it. The underdog slip, T-Wolves and Royals money line. Anybody else have anything else that they want to add to this bad boy?
I would just say I love the T-Wolves bet, and Chris got me. I just bet this. I got it at 308, so whatever. And I agree. It's game 1. It's 7.5, 8. I think if you can 8.5, I would maybe even sprinkle on that. Obviously now have to ride the Royals, but I did just want to ask a question, Chris. What is the sportsbook situation for you?
Yeah, not easy, my friend. I've been doing it for 7 years now, and I don't have many sports books left, so I have to explore the world a little bit. Yeah, in Australia, they're very strict on professional gamblers in general, and they just limit on how much you can play. So at the moment, I probably have like 3 or 4 when I could potentially have 10, simply because I've just been banned on the others.
Man.
Yeah, so it's not great, but you can still get money down. It's nothing like I used to do in the past, but yeah, now it's more focused on sharing the love than just doing it myself.
I love. And you're grinding. Love it.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah,
you have to. Yeah, I love it. Well, I love this. I hope that. So, are you? Another question. For our guest here, Chris of the Back Yourself podcast. Are you able to get like these parlays? Are you betting on? You're betting on NBA. You're betting on. You can bet on baseball. You can do all that, like in MLB.
Yeah, they don't really limit you on the sports themselves. It's more how much you can stake, and you just have to use across several bookies. That's what basically like combine the same thing, which At 312, sometimes you'll get that price, sometimes you won't. It just depends, because it might be lower odds on different bookies. It just depends. So you might not get the value that your friends and everyone else that takes it gets it, because they'll be like, oh, I can use this, I can use a boost. You're kind of like, oh, I don't have any perks. I don't have anything in the top right. But yeah, get the best price you can. That's all you really can do.
It sounds like Cal and his predicament in Florida with soft paper. We call it soft paper, but hard rock.
Yeah, Hard Rock's not a fan. I'm not a fan of Hard Rock with the god awful odds that they give me. Like the underdog right here will probably get me like 280, 290, where these guys are getting it at 312.
Yeah. So you just have to kind of go shopping there, but I love it. No,
Yeah.
Hey, good underdog slip. I put it in 308. Let's go.
Let's do it. I trust Michael Lorenzen more than I trust Birdsong too, so that's another reason for it there. Yeah. All right. So Chris, I don't know if you know, but I am known as the PD King, and I'm sure you know what a performance double is. But I introduced it to several of these guys, and so they dubbed me the PD King. But I saw your bets, and I was like, you know what? That makes for a perfect PD. And so I am bringing you into the performance doubles of the day that will get tracked. So, I mean, you'll probably talk about it a little bit more later, but the Rudy Gobert 18+ points and assists, and then the T-Wolves at +7 make for a perfect PD. What are your thoughts there?
Yeah, I'm not going to get much. I think I said enough about the T-Wolves. The reason for Rudy Gobert is the OKC centers don't have the height. It's simply just the height thing. OKC may have Hardenstein, may have Chet, but in this case, T-Wolves are probably going to run out there Randall for a lot of the game and Gobert. So you take one player out of the paint because Randall loves to shoot 3-pointers like he's Steph Curry. You got Gobert on Hardenstein. So putbacks, Gobert getting the ball and passing it off to either Anthony Edwards cutting or McDaniels cutting. I can see that happening. So the common scenario would be, okay, I'm going to take the rebounds, but I actually think Gobert is just going to get a lot of points in general and maybe a couple assists traveling. I just think he has the size over this OKC team who are going to take a few games to adjust to how they're going to guard Randall and Gobert, with Randall basically stretching the floor as much as they can and Gobert being on his own with Hardenstein in the paint.
I can't hate that. And I have this bet as well. That's the reason why I know you're getting it on Can Fuel at +187. I'm going to make Keldog a very, very happy puppy right here. And that's because I am taking his Cubs money line today versus the piss poor Miami Marlins. And Jamison Tyon to get 5+ Ks. This Marlins team is, I'm just going to call them trash. I'm going to call them what they are, and they're trash. They're not good. They're the third worst team in the bigs, and that is behind the Pittsburgh Pirates, who can't even back Paul Skeens going a complete game 9 Ks in a loss, and arguably the worst team we have ever seen in our lifetime, or ever for that matter, which is the Colorado Rockies, who are probably going to get beat up on again, but the third worst team. Now, granted, they are facing probably the best starter outside of Alcantara in Miami's rotation, and that's Ryan Weathers. But at the same time, it's Jamison Tyon. He's going to strike out at a 30.4% clip because that's what he's done with Miami before, and it's a big ballpark. Tyon usually susceptible to the big ball, but it's a lot harder for the big ball to leave at Miami because that stadium is huge. So give me Tyon to give me 5+ Ks and a Cubs money line, and you're getting it a little bit better than plus money. Those are the performance doubles of the day. And hopefully we smack them because currently on the month we are up on PDs. We have been better than not on the performance doubles of the day. So hopefully We continue that. And yes, that is a terrible picture of me with a fake crown on it, Chris, just for everybody's viewing pleasure. I may or may not have had multiple adult beverages when that picture was taken. So it's fine. Everything's fine. I am over 21 by a long shot, people. So it is fine that I had those adult beverages. All right. We'll get into now the 750. And Chris, you can kind of sit back and relax because this is the most talked about parlay in all of sports gambling, and that is the 750 club. We are going clubbing. For all you that don't know, and mainly for Chris, this is the parlay that must have better than, equal to, or better than 750 odds to it. And there is one rule of Fight Club, Chris, and that's you don't talk about Fight Club. I know you know the movie. There is one rule of the 750 Club, and that is you tell every single person you know. You tell Tito Ortiz. You tell the lunch lady that's about to sling you the sloppy joes. You tell your bus driver. You tell, well, you're going to tell Bandit and Chili because you're not going to tell Bluey and Bingo because they're too young to gamble. But everybody else that is over the age of 21, regardless of the country, you're telling them all about the 750 Club today. And we've got a 3-pack of bets with this to get to the 750. Rob, you are up first talking about my guy, the reason why my son is named Bryce Harper, 2+ total bases. Tell me about it.
All right. Well, first we'll start with the doo-doo water that is the Colorado Rockies, and everything they do is garbage. And shout out to Carl Schwarber for hitting a home run at the end of the game to hit my performance double yesterday. But he's 5 for 15 against Cincinnati. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that dude's name wrong. With 2 home runs. As of late against the Rockies, I have him at minimum getting 2 hits, but I think he probably goes deep again today. I really do. His at bats against Cincinnati have been amazing in his career, so I just really don't see how we miss on this one.
I love every part of it. Yes, Cincinnati is not very good. So, yes, I agree completely there. But the next guy, this is a shocking pick. Well, it's not shocking for who it came from. Poolside Pat, Nolan Arenado, 2+ total bases. Tell me about it.
All right. Well, I'm a little winded after I did my dance there.
I saw that.
So give me a second.
You all right there?
I'm out of shape.
Round's a shape, Pat. You're in shape. It's just the wrong shape to be in.
Yeah, fair enough. I clapped. I don't know why I clapped. Nolan Arenado, 2+ total bases. This is a pick that, look, the St. Louis Cardinals are doing something this season, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if they're going to make playoffs. I don't know what the future holds. I love them, and it has been so much fun. I cannot believe we're almost in June, and they're in the position that they are. But there's 2 pieces of this team that need to step up. Defensively, no one has been. You don't take him out of the lineup. He is back to Golden Glove Arenado. But what needs to be better is his bat, and it's the 2 Nolans. It's Nolan Arenado and Nolan Gorman. But give me Nolan Arenado too. I just feel it. We have Chris of the Back Yourself podcast on Just the BetSlips today. Good vibes is what I'm feeling, and I am feeling there. I do not have any stats or facts to back this, but Nolan Arenado, 2+ total bases. Give me a double. Give me 2 singles. Give me a home run. If the Cardinals are going to continue this crazy run that they're on, Nolan Arenado needs to be a part of it. So I knew it was going to give good odds. I think at like 160 by itself. Might have been even more than that.
I can tell you what I got it at.
Yeah, it was a little bit. I think it might have been more.
I have it at 150. I have it at 150.
Okay, 150. Yeah, I think I saw it at 155. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's fair.
So yeah, so give me Nolan. I'm going with the vibes. We got our guy. I'm backing my guy, Nolan Arenado.
All right. I am going to take I am picking a Brave. Yes, I know. Hold up the walls here, everybody. That this Philly guy is picking a Brave, but it is Spencer Strider coming back, making his second start of the year, and versus a team that he has owned with a capital O, a capital W, a capital N, and then a lowercase ed in his tenure in the bigs. This man has had 55 plate appearances. He has 15 strikeouts in those 55 plate appearances faced. He has 13 hits. This man has more Ks than hits allowed versus this Nationals lineup. He has struck out this Nationals lineup at a 27.3% clip. That includes Keibert Ruiz. 50% strikeout rate versus Josh Bell, which is kind of crazy considering Josh Bell is a switch hitter. So you really can't just, you get him on the one side. Josh Bell doesn't have a hit against him. Neither does Nathaniel Lowe, who has been the best hitter for the Nationals this year, arguably. Him and CJ Abrams. So, yes, I think Spencer Strider comes back, starts throwing gas, wants to prove that he's back and that he should be considered for the Cy Young this year and going to take this and go further. And he's trying to, become, another pitcher for Atlanta that has a case to be the Cy Young, even though I don't think he will. But 6+ Ks today for Spencer Strider. If you throw those two with that Spencer Strider, you're getting it just over the limit at 757. Come on, 750 Club. We need a hit. We are 0 for this month on the 750 Club. We need a hit in the 750 Club. More than I need my hairline to make sure that it does not keep receding. So let's try and make sure that we're getting this 750 Club and tell every single person so you can ride it with the first hit in May. And that's what we're really loving. That's what we're in. That's where we're going. All right. Pat, shall you lead us in to the thing? The last thing that we have to do. Well, you're muted, so you would have to do a thing.
Always happen once every couple days.
Everyone, it's all good.
All right, Chris. Well, you are about to witness the point. Cowdog is about to point to the green thing. He's getting stretched out.
As Pat always says, this is the easiest part of the show.
Sometimes. Rob is ready there because he has, for the first time in a long time, if ever, 2 parlays. You have your picks. CJ has his PDs. I have my picks. But it is so green, and it is the tabletop. Bang.
Bang. I don't know where it's going. Oh, Sir Thomas of House Stats first. He likes Strider for 5+ Ks, so I feel really good about that 6+ Ks there. He's got Scooball to go under 1.5 earned runs today. That is an amazing thought process. Who are they go? Oh, that's right. They're going up against the Cardinals. Oh man, what do you know? And then he has Luzardo 6+ Ks, which I feel like a bunch of us has. He has been amazing, and that Colorado Rockies lineup has been straight trash. So let's get in there. Sir Thomas of House Stats, that's where he is at. Back yourself, Chris. Talk about your other, but you've already kind of hit the Rudy Gobert, but feel free to hit it again if you really want to pound the table for that guy.
Yeah, I don't like Rudy Gobert that much, but I'll go into the total points under this one. It's opened at 113 and been pushing out 213 and been pushing out to 218. I feel like, again, there's going to be a buyback point, and I think at 218, 219, wherever you can get, I feel like it is now. OKC love running, love fast pace, and T-Wolves are going to want to slow that down. And I feel like OKC maybe just will be one step a bit too slow. 7 games is never easy. It doesn't matter who you play, and it doesn't matter how many blowouts they had. So I feel like this scenario, there will be an unders game coming up, and it's going to be this one. I feel like tomorrow is like a free overs with Knicks and Pacers, so this one is going to be the unders.
Fair enough. I love it. I love it. Love talking basketball too. It's good. I dominate the baseball talk, and it's matriculated over. So I love we're getting back into the playoff basketball action. Sir Kel Doggy Dog, what do you got today, man?
Oh, we need a good day today, folks. For starters, I am also taking Jesus Luzardo 6+ Ks and a Phillies money line. He is striking out this Rockies order at a 50% clip. Very small sample size, but as we've all been saying, the Rockies are just god awful this year, and he has been on fire. So I think the 6 Ks is rather reasonable here. Jorge Polanco 2+ total bases and a Mariners money line. This one might get kind of tricky because the Mariners can't always trust them with that lineup, but he is the hottest hitter in that lineup, and they are facing the White Sox, who are about as bad as the Rockies this year. And then finally, Chris Bassett 5+ Ks and the under of 9.5. He is striking out the opposing lineup at 25% clip. I didn't trust either side for the win, so I just boosted the alternate all the way up to 9.5 just so I can get plus money.
Fair enough. I love how you're rocking those PDs with me, man. And we have a very similar one. I want a little bit better odds, so I'm going to take Luzardo with 7+ Ks in that Phillies money line. And then I also like Bassett for 5+, but I trust the Blue Jays to get the job done today. So go ahead and give me that versus this Padres lineup, who has been scuffling as of late. I know it'll be a good pitcher's duel, but usually pitcher's duel favors the home team. So let me go ahead and get in the Great White North, the Toronto Blue Jays to get the job done with Chris Bassett, 5+ Ks. And then I'm going to the hardwood with back yourself, Chris, here. I'm going to take Anthony Edwards, 25+ points, and the Timberwolves to get to at least cover the +7 is what I have it as. Listen, Anthony Edwards is the straw that stirs the drink for the Minnesota Timberwolves, and so he will always get his. It's just really whether the Timberwolves cover, but I really like the Timberwolves to cover. You're getting that at +156, or at least that's what I got it at earlier. You're probably going to be something around the same, as the cash out has not moved on Can Fuel. So go ahead and get that Edwards 25+ points and the T-Wolves +7 to the second tabletop of the day. Rob, the parlay guy, you're up first.
All right, so first off, I've got Screwball 7+ strikeouts against the Cardinals. He's hit this in 6 of his last 8 and 4 straight, and he is my Cy Young of for the year. I still am writing that, and I'm not backing down from that. He has been amazing. I think he's had more double-digit strikeout games this year than he's had less than 7. So if I'm gonna bet on anybody, he's the guy I'm betting on. I'm a little worried because we all have Luzardo. I did go a little bit easier with him with 5+ Ks. He's hit this in 7 of his 9 games, and the Rockies are at the bottom of the league. I'm not even going to butcher Yamato's first name, so I'm just going to say Yamato with 5+ Ks. He's also gone 7 of 9 this year. I know against the D-backs is a little bit of a tougher team to strike out, but that's also why I went 5 and didn't go bigger than this. And then Dylan Cease 5+ strikeouts. He has had two games against the Blue Jays, and he's got a .69 ERA, and he's got 18 strikeouts between those 2 games, and he's also hit this in 7 and 9 for the entire season. And I got this at +343, so about 3.5 to 1. Then I couldn't miss out on basketball, so that's why we got a second parlay today. So I'm going. This Trey Holmgren has been like the easiest bet for me, doing his points and rebounds. I don't think I've missed a bet with him yet, so I'm going 20+ points of rebounds. He's hit this in 9 out of 11 in the playoffs, 6 out of 7 in the last round. And like a lot of times he gets close to this just points alone, and he usually gets 6 or 7 rebounds. So like I feel pretty good about this one. I got Anthony Edwards 30+ points of rebounds, 7 for 10 in the playoffs. He did it in 3 games in the last series, and honestly, the only reason he didn't get there in the other 2 games is because he didn't need to because they were winning by so much. I got SGA 30-plus points and rebounds. He's hit this in 10 of 11 in the playoffs, 7 for 7 in the round 2. This is almost automatic for him. I'm surprised I didn't get this at minus like 700 as automatic as this bet is. And then I'm going Hartstein 8-plus rebounds. There was a stretch where he was hitting like 13 at will. It slowed down a little bit towards the end of that series, but he was 8 for 10 for the playoffs, 4 out of 6 in round 2, and then 4 out of 7 in round 2. I'm sorry, and then he averaged 8.8 in the playoffs. So I kicked it down to 8 just to play it a little bit safe. I got this one at plus 293.
All right. I backed the baseball one. I'm working on backing the NBA one right there. You know what, Chris? I'm gonna have you critique that second parlay, being the basketball guy today. What do you like with that, or would you change anything?
I would obviously have Gobert in there instead of Hardenstein. I think I think the Hardenstein 8 boards. I can see it here. It's fairly short. It's just I just don't think he's going to get those sort of rebounds in his last 5 against Denver. 7, 6, 7. And to be honest, the rebounding team that is playing a better rebounding team. Denver, Jokic is not the greatest defensive player. He might be the best offensive player I've ever seen, but he's not the greatest defensive player. So yeah, Hardenstein will get the boards over him. And it seems like Chet is in there. And I actually like that pick because Chet seems to be stealing the rebounds off Hardenstein at this point. So all that put together, if Gobert is going to be the main defender that Hardenstein has to deal with, I'll take Gobert to reach over the top of Hardenstein. He isn't the biggest guy. And I feel like that's probably the only one I would change. I like the others. Ant-Man needs to have a big game today, so I like all the players on Ant-Man.
I'm not going to lie. After I heard you talking about Gobert, I wanted to change this, but I've already bet it. So, and the funny thing is, my last bet the last parlay I did, I was all about Gobert, and for some reason at 6 a.m. when I put this together, I just spaced Gobert completely. But and I went with Hartenstein because I hit him in like 5 of the last 6 bets I did. Those last 3, Chet did steal a lot from him. I know because I had him bet in 2 of those, and he literally like reached over top of him and took 3 rebounds in one of those games. But I understand exactly what you're saying. I really wish I could swap him for Gobert. I might bet this again with Gobert instead.
Yeah, run it back.
That's good.
Because there's a chance I could hit both.
There is a chance you can hit both for sure. Sure. All right. Pool side, Mr. 60%. Pat, what you got today? It's back. It's never going to go away.
Why is it back?
Because it should be back. It should be back.
No, it shouldn't. Because I'm not even close. But anyway. All right. I'm going to go. Whatever. I'll just start from the top. Yeah. Cardinals. Let's go. I cannot say enough how much I love this Cardinals team. I am so on board. I didn't think I would be almost in June loving this team as much as I do, and I'm just going to continue to ride the wave. They're 12-2 in the last 14. That's a lot of games, and that's a lot of wins. So I'm going to continue. Yes, I know it's against school. Whatever. I don't care. As you could say, or as you could see, excuse me, Scooble 6+ Ks and Fetty 5+ Ks. I'm I have a couple of Cardinals bets, and one of them is I think Scooble gets his, the Cardinals will get theirs, and then that lends itself to my next bet, which is Donovan, who leads the NL in hits. He actually is 3rd in the majors. Judge 71, Jacob Wilson of the who knows where they play, Athletics, Sacramento. And then Brendan Donovan with 61 hits. Kind of stinks because right behind him is Paul Goldschmidt, but that's neither here nor there. What is this?
Cal has his hand up. He wants to ask a question.
Why?
So is Is it top of the roller coaster, Pat, or bottom of the roller coaster, Pat? Or like
Right
middle?
now,
Yeah, like where you are.
I'm not even on a roller coaster.
You sound very top of the roller coaster.
I think he's on the top of the roller coaster.
No, I'm not. No. I'm waiting to get on the roller coaster.
Okay.
I'm
got
like,
it. Okay.
I'm like, like they give you the thing. They're like, okay, it's gonna be 45 minutes, like the buzzer Outback or something.
Sure.
Like I'm like a half hour away from getting into the building when it comes to the car.
Okay.
I
All
don't know.
right. I got you.
Like
All right.
I'm excited. I'm excited to get my bloomin' onion, and I'm waiting for that steak, and I'm waiting for it. I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm not. There's nothing that can make me upset right now when it comes to the Cardinals because I'm standing in line waiting for my bloomin' onion. Why? What do you have to ask?
All I'm
He just had
saying
a
is that
question.
sounds very top of, for the record.
Top of the roller coaster.
For the record,
Yeah,
What?
no.
top
No.
of the roller
He's
Look,
he's
for-
brimming with anticipation for the ride. I got you.
I will
I'm
will
with you.
say the truest thing he said is he literally cannot say enough about the Cardinals.
Correct.
Literally could not say enough.
Yeah. See?
Sorry, Pat. We got you out of your flow. That's that hand up accountability. That's on me.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead, sir, please.
In front of our guest here.
I know I'm the worst.
But Brendan Donovan's gonna get a hit. He's the man. And Cardinals money line 226. Yeah, you guys. What was that? Lazardo. Yeah, CJ leads. Lazardo 6+ Ks in Phillies -1.5 because it is against the Rockies. I have to get my run line against the dismal Rockies, and that pays 136. Yamamoto 6+ Ks and Dodgers money line. I have to have that plus 130, and then the returning Spencer Strider 5+ Ks and Braves money line. Shout out to Parker, and I guess our guy here, Rob the Parlay guy. And then basketball wise, look, it's game one. I thought this would be fun. It's the Superstar 30+ points parlay. And look at 3-1. I thought 3-1 was actually pretty good, getting SGA and Ant both to score 30 points. I thought that was a good price, if I'm being honest. So
Yeah, I got it at 306. So yeah, man, it's a solid choice.
yeah,
Solid
it's
choice.
a good price.
On your money.
That's what I got, and I am ready for. Even though you guys are gonna mess with me, here's what it is.
Nah, we're not messing with you. Why
Chris
would we
gets to
mess with
see-
you?
Chris gets to see how the sausage is made when it comes to the show because all these guys do is they mess with me and they try to get me to react, and here I am reacting.
Talk about
I was just counting all of the Cardinals bets on that sheet that are going negative units today and trying to figure out how you're going to recover from it.
This is ridiculous. I don't know why you do this.
Speaking
Why?
of the units, we should bring it up. It is the records. We are still all on the left. King of the units, Tommy Stats, still killing it. Killing the game.
Is Chris going to be added to this?
Yeah, I mean, we will definitely add Chris. We will add Chris. He's on the show. He's going to get added.
I mean, he's got as many bets as Parker.
This is also true.
You're welcome back anytime, brother. Like, thank you so much.
What did I tell you before we started, Chris? What did I say? I said he's going to welcome you back. I told you.
Good.
I know this
I was
guy.
going to say that.
I said, listen, when you come in once, you're always welcome back. And he said, we'll have to wait to see what Pat says. And I said, I know for a fact Pat would say, come on back. So I was right, as I normally am. And so
I want Chris to be on. I want Chris on the show as often as we can.
Exactly what I was saying, Chris. See, I know this man too well. I have never met this man in person, but I know him so well. He's like a brother from another mother to me. And that's what we love. But you know what? That is. Anybody have any last calls? And so, Chris, for you don't know, the last call is any last bet. You heard something on the show that piqued an interest to you, and you think you got another bet out there that you don't have on the records. It could be something absolutely ridiculous, or it could be a thought process for the NBA, like, what do we think these game totals are going to be for the conference finals? Do they get to 7, 6, 5, so on and so forth? Anything you want as the last calls. Anybody have any last calls out there?
I'm just praying. I'm praying and Gobert drops a couple to Hartenstein, and I can hit this 8 post rebounds. That's all.
Only thing I was going to say is I think everyone's hating, but Pat, I'm going to take the Cardinals with you. Just they're plus 1.5.
Wow.
Plus, yeah, you sparked my knowledge. Because actually, I took the Cubs in this period of time, and the Cubs are already winning, so that's a good start to the day. I'm not much of an NBL guy, but you have so much belief in them, and what I've seen in these American sports is, as soon as a team goes on a run, they just keep winning. It's like everyone wants their demise, but they just keep going, and it's hard to say, oh yeah, they're going to stop. So they will stop at some point, and it will get a whole lot worse. But
yeah,
I don't think it's going to be today.
You guys need to take a page out of Chris's book with how you treat me on this show.
Hold on. In all fairness, guys, Kel, I want you to do your last call, but I have to do something first, because that was just a bromance going on.
My God, Chris, my guy, these guys bully me all the time, and you come on for the first time, and I think we have you got to keep coming back.
Yeah, sounds like it. We'll have to see, because I'll come back and say some words to yourself if Cardinals end up losing.
That's fair. That's fair.
Kel, your last call. I had to give him the bromance time. I did.
That was a little bit of bromance. Yeah,
Absolutely. And I'm going to anger Pat a little bit here.
No, you're not.
Don't
do it. Just don't do it.
Is Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time. Last call.
Okay, well, whatever. I don't care.
Suck it.
I did want to ask Chris.
Third. Can we get a fourth, Chris?
Who's the GOAT?
Oh, Michael Jordan.
Hey!
Oh!
It's not even a
All right, everybody. This has been just the BetSlips, where we promise you one thing and one thing only. But before we get to that, I want to thank again Chris of the Back Yourself podcast. Let's clap it up for the man. Clap it up for the man. Welcome back anytime. You pop in anytime you want, Chris. We appreciate you. You want to plug your podcast one more time before we get out of here?
Yeah, just we have the newest podcast coming out. Well, it will be in a couple hours for your time. Going through our Australian sports. So if you guys love the NFL, you'll love the NRL as well. Probably a little bit more brutal, but that's something we watch down under. So we have a preview for our shortened round coming up in a couple hours. So yeah, make sure you check out the Back Yourself podcast on YouTube, Instagram, you name it. And what will be fantastic is I love how Pat was saying before that my day was a lot of racing. I will be reacting to his bloody Cardinals if they end up losing or not. So it's going to be great.
Oh no!
No, I'm glad you made the. I'm glad you made the bet so I can watch that and watch you trash the Cardinals after they get destroyed today.
Yes, Pat.
The NRL, that's the National Rugby League.
Yes, correct.
Who should I bet on right now? Like right now, I don't even know if I can. Can I?
Yeah, we can bet rugby, dude.
If you
can
I? I'm sure you can. I would take the Newcastle Knights plus the 8.5 points. This week, you may look at the table, but this week, Penrith, we have a state of origin, New South Wales versus Queensland, basically two states playing each other, but it means that a lot of stars have been taken out of their lineup. So Penrith are absolutely dismantled. with 5 of their starting 13 being ruled out, and they're still 8.5-point favorites, which is insane. The Knights at 8-point underdogs is incredible value. I'll be taking them as my underdog as well on the day.
I just
So
backed
think
it.
it's on
I just
Saturday.
backed it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
so
in.
I will-
It's in the book.
Newcastle Knights plus 7.5.
I got it
Ooh.
plus 8.5.
I would shop around for an 8. Key numbers to
Okay.
like even numbers in the NRL. So 8 is the key number.
I do
If I
have
can
to
get
ask,
8.5.
as a rugby guy, who you said you're a big NFL guy. Who's your NFL team?
I go for the Minnesota Vikings.
Ooh, okay.
So yeah, I'm excited for this year with JJ coming back. Last year was just okay. I'm not going to deny I was very hopeful when they played Detroit, but yeah, it was never going to be our year with Sam Darnold, but I guess it turned out to be very, very good. But we'll have to see what happens this year. I feel like a lot of teams have got a lot healthier, i.e. San Fran, which really scare me. Yeah, I think San Fran can really make some noise this year if it's not for Philly. So we'll see what happens in Minnesota. But yeah, exciting year for a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, that's fair. I thought you might have gone with my Birds because of Jordan Mailata, but it's all good. It's all good. Not a problem at all.
I'm sorry, mate. I am not a fan of Jalen Hurts, even though he's a now Super Bowl champ. But yeah, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, it's all good. It is all good. Chris, it's been a pleasure. Well, let's see. We'll get you in this thing. But again, this has been just the BetSlips, where we promise you one thing and one thing only, and that is to bring you the hot tips to help your
bet slips.
Everybody go responsibly, chase that bag. We will catch you next time. We out.